Harvesting and silage, how is that like?
Juncao silage is one of the beneficial part of growing Juncao, and its technology has really been enhanced in that you can preserve Juncao by silage, making that is for 2 years and even 3 years. You can store the silage, and we don't use molasses, so you cut down cost on molasses because most silage are normally used with molasses for preservation. Okay. So it's naturally as it is. Yes.
I also saw something interesting here when I was taking a look at your material.
Yes.
Juncao grass versus mushroom. Can you let us know about what that is?
Juncao, actually Juncao is being used to actually support the growing of mushrooms.
Okay.
You know very well with how mushrooms develop, actually from dead trees. You've seen how they develop. So with Juncao, it can be able to support the growing of different varieties of mushrooms. So it's one of the important reason why we actually we're actually pushing for growth of Juncao grass, and then now we can move ahead in planting of mushrooms.
I love the multiple uses that can bring. It's not just food, solving food security for livestock, but also for nutrition. The human beings, for nutrition as well, right?
Yes, saving the human being, that's one of the biggest agenda for Juncao. And it's one project that has been supported by the Chinese government. It has been grown in every county, several counties in China, around 113 counties. So, and also the President Xi Jinping from China has actually taken a mandate to support Juncao for the farmers and dairy farmers in China. So I don't see it much of a big reason why Kenyans cannot take this initiative of growing Juncao.
Right. Kenyans should.
They should.
All right.
Actually,
they've been used to napier grass, or we have been used to napier grass and the rest. So how does it fare across the competition?
Actually, the main competition might be firstly on the CP. On average, it's around 15.7. At maximum, it's around 18.6. Very essential for dairy farmers.
Okay.
And it's also of economical benefits to the society, and in that it also creates employment. One of the most important thing is that there are several grasses out here in Kenya. We have Basharia, we have the napier, the super napier, but in terms of overall, Juncao's hybrid capacity actually gives more benefit
as compared to these other ones. You mentioned earlier about zero grazing, and I know there's also natural pasture as well. How is that like? What is the benefit vis-a-vis natural livestock grazing?
Let's take for an example right now. You're not in farming, and maybe you don't have dairy cattle, but once you grow Juncao maybe at your garden, you'll have enough fodder to feed that dairy cattle. In that you'll be able to get milk by you using the Juncao grass, feeding it, and then on top of that, the cow dung. You still use the cow dung to supplement back to the Juncao so as to make it grow again.
All right.
Yes.
When you're speaking about all these benefits, I know we've mentioned a lot of the economic, nutritious benefits.
Yes.
Let us know of the social impact, general, as a country. What can we achieve, even speaking the backdrop of sustainability and that kind of space of trying to take care of our environment?
One of the most important things I've said with Juncao is that it assists mostly in desertification. So for areas like Turkana, where we have so many issues with cattle rustling, the main reason I see to cattle rustling is because of food, number one. So if we are able to plant Juncao around areas that are desert, we can be able to achieve the common goal of having fodder availability for those cattle. So they'll be able to zero graze their cattle, have enough fodder for them. That will improve even them having more cattle to survive it, because the area is actually okay to grow Juncao.
Right.
Yes.
I love that it has also it solves some of those cultural problems that we have. Cattle rustling, which is brought back
one of the biggest challenges that we have so far. And I think with an initiative by the government to plant Juncao in areas like Turkana will be one of the most important agenda. And then the other part is that once you grow Juncao, we're supporting most of the farmers who are dairy farmers. If you have 1 acre of land, we advocate you to plant Juncao, because at the end of of the day will be coming to buy that grass from you, because we have dairy cooperatives that are working with us. So there's no day there'll be dead stock in your shamba.
All right.
Yes.
We're going to hear about the business as well for someone who wants the stems from you. But I'm just imagining a situation where, you know, we were trying to solve the issue in the Rift Valley, the bandit menace, where we've seen cattle rustling and that kind of situation between communities. Maybe you see KDF soldiers arriving there, and the bandits expect guns, but wakutuna ma Juncao stems.
Wanakutana na Juncao, there's enough fodder, there's enough food.
Kila mtu anarudi nyumbani with your stems, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, that's one of the reasons why we say Juncao also creates employment. Another one, in that if you have chunks of land, you need management in the farm. So one or the other is creating employment. I also forgot to touch on the basis that Juncao is also food for poultry. So if you plant Juncao, you can be able to crush it into powder form and also have it for chicken feeds. So that also improves the poultry business in terms of meat and egg. And also Juncao is also fodder for fish. So we are looking at expanding the fish industry. We're looking at expanding the dairy industry back to its level it used to be, because milk right now is very expensive. And the main reason why it's expensive is because there's no enough fodder availability in the market. So that translates to the milk becoming expensive. So the main agenda that Juncao is going to achieve is really, really great for the Kenyan